Well, good morning and welcome back. And for this session, you join me on this glorious sunny Sunday morning down at Linear Fisheries on a slightly different lake, or type of lake than what I would normally fish. And this is Hunt's Corner Pool or Pond, one of the two. It's a tiny little lake, bit of a sort of a little match fishing lake, multi-species sort of lake. And yeah, I've got a day to my disposal, so I thought, right, let's get down here. As you could probably notice in the thumbnail, there's a bit of a change of tactics from my normal carp fishing, and that is the feeder rod, a little quiver tip rod. Now, probably 40 years ago, when I first got into sort of coarse fishing, using the quiver tip was a big part of my fishing life, and I think it's like 25 years since I've last had to go on a feeder rod, and I thought, sod it, I'm gonna have a day on it. So I took to Facebook Marketplace, found this one for sale, local to me, and I got it for a tenner. Comes two spare tips, but for some reason these tips don't fit in the end. And yeah, it's a little 3-piece feeder rod, and it is the Browning Syntec feeder, 11'6". I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, nice little carbon rod. I think it's had some sort of repair in the past, which is why them two tips won't fit in. And this tip, what does fit in, is ever so slightly loose. So I just put a little bit of camo tape on there, just to stop it any movement, so so the eyes all line up. It probably wouldn't have moved, but just peace of mind. I'll probably glue it in when I get back and just leave it fixed with that tip. But yeah, I mean, for a tenner, what do you expect? So what else? So to go along with that, I've dug out an old reel of mine. It's probably a bit overkill to be fair for this, but it's like a Nash BP10 reel, a little front drag reel. I'm not sure even what line is on there, and again, that's probably overkill for this as well, but that's all I got for now. So yeah, might just change the line on it eventually. It's got that. What else? I had to get this session underway. So I got spare rod rests. I've got a little rod rest from the thing to go on my rod. Got that. I've brought a selection of sort of method feeders, but the 24-gram hybrid feeders, and that's the X-Safe system. I've had that one for ages. I found that in my old box. Yeah, I bought the little mould thing to go with it to make a nice little feed system. So I got that, and I also bought some ready-made method bandits, they're called, little ready rigs. Some are size 8 and some of them are size 10. So yeah, so got them. What else? Some I haven't used for a long time. A little disgorger. Obviously most of the fish in here are quite small. Well, there are some sort of half decent ones in here from what I've seen online. Yeah, so that's that. What else have we got? So I got some Hinders Nut 365 feed pellets. I'm going to use that for my feeder mix. I have got a bit of marine halibut method mix as well, which I might mix in, do like a bit of a mixture with both. Hook baits with them rigs I got. They got the pellet bands, so I've got the the halibut pellets with a hole in, so you can band them on. I've also brought some wafters, the Link balance wafters, and I've just got some of the Nut 365 bottom bait boilers. So I think I'm sort of covered with bait. Yeah, apart from that, that's about it. So I'm going to get all this lot all set up and yeah, get that rod out in the road, get that rod out in the water, and yeah, like I said, it's been 25 years and I'm really buzzing for this. I'm really excited for it. Right, let's get it all set up. Okay, so what I've done, I've put some of the Nut 365 pellets in the tub. I mixed a load of water with some smart liquid, and I have added it to the pellets. So I'm going to leave that probably 10 minutes or so, drain the excess water off and check if the consistency is right. If not, I'll add a bit of water, or might add a bit of ground bait to it just to dry it up a bit if needs be. But yeah, that is the mix for the method feeder to start off with. Okay, just while I got them pellets soaking, I thought I'd just give you a little view of my swim. So, just down to my right, we've got a nice bush here. So, put a few freebies down here over the course of the morning. And then we've got quite a few trees on the far margin, which isn't a very long chuck. Some nice bushes on the left hand side here. So yeah, hopefully you got plenty of options. Now there is a guy 2 swims down here, so I won't go any farther past sort of to that sort of tree there. But I have got to my left the whole of the other lake. Well, the rest of this lake is completely free. So there is options to move if nothing's happening. Hopefully mix it up a bit and move about if required. So yeah, I'm going to give it another 5 minutes and pellets hopefully be ready, because I'm eager to get that rod out and see that bend in that quiver tip. It's been a long time. Right, let's go and have a coffee while we wait. Right, so I've put a little bit of mix in there. I'm now going to lay my hook bait in the bottom, add some mix to the top, and then put my feeder over, give that a squash down, Fingers crossed it stays. Ah, there we go. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. There's a little hook bait sticking out proud. Right, let's get out in the pond. I think to start with, I'm just gonna just go open water, mid water. There you go. There's a little curve in the rod there. And we're fishing. Like I say, that halibut pellet, I'm not sure the size of the fish in here. I know there are some average size fish in here, but I think there's a lot of small fish. So I'll just give it, I don't know, 15 minutes, bring it back in. I'll chuck it somewhere else, over to one of the far margins over there. Play it by ear, and might even have to, oh, over there, you won't see it on this camera, there's a load of fizzing coming up, a load of fizzing. So I have got some wafters with me and some bottom baits, so I might trim some of them down in a bit and make a smaller bait. Right, let's sit here and watch this rod with a cup of coffee for a minute. Ah, this is the life. Brings back many fond memories of when I was younger. Doing a bit of float fishing, a bit of quiver tip fishing, had a pole. I used to enjoy the whip, but the quiver tip always was my favourite at them three. And yeah, it feels really special to be back out and fishing this method again. I just hope I can get a fish on it. That would just be gold for me. Just get a fish. Don't care what it is. I do feel that hook bait might be a little bit too big. So I'm going to give it, I don't know, another 10-15 minutes, and I'm going to re-bait it with a smaller bait. Because I think that is the size, I can't remember if that's the size of 8 or 10 hook I put on there. So yeah, I might be able to trim them pellets down a little bit actually. I might trim the pellet down as well, but they're quite hard. Right, let's enjoy the sunshine. Got the geese to my left having fights and making a racket. They seem to have calmed down for a minute though. Noisy buggers. But yeah, absolute beautiful, beautiful morning to be out fishing. And yeah, spring is on its way. Summer is on its way. Happy days. Definitely want to do more of this sort of short day fishing. And yeah, anyway, I'm just gabbling on now. Okay, it's time for a rechuck. That's been about a quarter of an hour now. There's a fish, it's sort of next swim really, but fizzing up a little bit in mid-water. But I quite fancy that tree line over the other side, so I just did my method feeder. I put a small bait on there, put a little 12mm bottom bait on there, which is a bit smaller than them halibut pellets. So I'm going to see if I can get a bit closer to that far margin of them trees, and hopefully it doesn't go wrong. Hopefully. Oh, sweet. That's about 3 foot off the overhanging tree over the other side, so happy with that. I'll just reset this rod. Perfect. Hopefully that area might bring some bite. There is a lot of, but you can't see. I'll just swing the camera around a bit, but you probably won't see on this anyway. But I've literally just put my bait just 3 or 4 foot off that bush there. There's some fizzing just 2/3 of the way over now and again, and as you can see them geese in the background, there's some fizzing just by them. So yeah, there are fish in the area. I just hope they're up for a bit of a feed. Right, hopefully next time I come back to you, it'll be with a fish. Fingers crossed. That one on the left's quite friendly, but that one on the right has got a right attitude. Oh yeah, he's a bully boy, that one. Well, that's been about 20 minutes off that far bush. Not a sniff, but there are definitely fizzing. Just sort of midway, there's quite a bit of fizzing. Only small amounts, so it might be just tiny little fish, but I'm gonna redo this. I'm gonna keep the same hook bait on. I'm just gonna reload it. That's that reloaded. Give that a squeeze. Hopefully, yep, nice little parcel there. See the boilie just poking at the top. What I am going to do with this one is chuck a bit of the Beetlin Tutti Frutti on there as a bit of added attraction. Just a tiny bit of that in there. God, it smells lovely. Right, let's try this one. That fizzing really is. Only I will go overhead actually. It's literally, where is it? there. There you go. Get that back on the rest. See if that beetling can work some wonders. Right. That's been about 15-20 minutes out in that spot. So I have been feeding this little margin just down here with some crumb boilies, and it's quite a deep little drop off. You can see where, I don't know if you can see, but where the peg should be, because there's still sort of quite high water in here from all the recent rain. So yeah, I'm just gonna drop one down in that just in that near margin under that bush. So what I have done as well, I whittled down one of the boilies quite small, because I feel this might still be a little bit too big, maybe. So take that one off. See if I can get this band over this boilie. You can get special you can buy proper get out hook. You can buy proper things for this, I think. Oh, right, that's just exploded, so I have to redo this. I'll get back to you when it's done. Right, always goes wrong when the camera's watching, doesn't it? Right, let's try again. Put a pellet in there. I might have to wet this up next time. It's getting a little tad dry now. I have whittled that down a touch. That down. Oh, get in there, you bugger. There we go. Wrong way round. Right, let's try again. So that's got to go that way, so the hook goes there. Put the bait in. And that goes. Oh, I've done it wrong again. Right, let's work this up. Let's do this properly. Right, so that's got to go in like that. So that's got to go in. What an amateur. Right. Right, we got it. That's better. Nice neat parcel. Right. Now this time I've got the Seafood Supreme Glug. What I'm going to do, if it fits, oh yes, that was made to measure. Oh, look at that. Right, that's going to make a mess of my unhooking mat if I spill it. Let's put that somewhere safe and get this out quick. Alright. Go on, you do bugger off. Right. You got a right attitude problem, that one. Right. Drop that into this bush. Literally just there. down off that bush. Reposition the rod a bit because that is a bit of a different angle. Right. Wow, it's a struggle. It's been about 20 minutes underneath that bush now, and yeah, not a knock. There's sort of some fizzing mid-water over to my left a bit, and one fish did bosh out right up tight to the bank. Now, it must have been in where the pegs are because it's sort of like flooded at the moment. But yeah, I'm gonna try that area over there. I've changed. Well, I'm going to change the bait to a little. I can't remember the name of him now. A little wafter. Try it in that area. And give it an hour or so. I might even move around the lake a bit into that bigger bowl. There is a bit of fizzing now. That sun is starting to warm that up a bit. There seems to be a bit more activity, but more in that bowl. But it is more flooded. The pugs aren't as accessible as it is around this corner. So, but if it means getting a wet foot to get a fish, I'll get a wet foot to get a fish. But, right, let's get this rebaited. Change the hook bait. Chuck it out to my left. And fingers crossed. Leave that out in the sun for a little bit because it's just a little bit stodgy now. I am going to dunk it in that glog again. Stinky old glug. Right down there. Yeah, so this one is going to go right out to mind that tree. Bang this one out to my left where that fizzing was. Lovely job. And I have to change angles here. Move that rod round. Nearly there. There we go. Yeah. So I've been fishing out this side in front of me and slight to my right. Now I'm going over to my left and explore that area because it seems to be a little bit more fizzing going on over there. The wind is pushing over into that bank now as well. So yeah, fingers crossed. Oh, what a day though. Absolutely beautiful. Okay then guys, so we are about halfway through our session now. And nothing. Not even a knock. Starting to get to that point where you think, it's not going to happen. I was thinking about a move around into that big bowl. But two anglers have just come across, just gone about 3 or 4 pegs around. So their sort of water is in the middle of that bowl, so that rules that move out. I could go further around, but it's like a narrow little channel. But that side of the lake is quite badly underwater. So I think I'll just have to sit it out here and hope something turns up. would be nice to get that old quiver tip to bend round. But yeah, I'm not feeling it at the moment. That's a duck. But it's just nice to be out. Nice to get back on the quiver tip. I'll certainly be out a few more times with it for sure. Don't think the guy behind me I don't think he's had anything. I've not heard any commotion or anything going on, so not sure. But we've still got half the session left. Oh, I thought I had a bite. There's that bloody geese. Don't know if you caught that. It stood on my rod, but my tip was shaking here. And again. Go on. Can't believe it, can you? Go on, go away. Go on, play with somebody else. Oh dear. Well then guys, probably a few hours left in the session left. And the only thing I'm catching is a suntan, which ain't a bad thing in beginning of March. But yeah, not even a knock. There's a few fish still fizzing, not too far away from where I am. But yeah, nothing. I have been sort of casting sort of every sort of 20 minutes, half an hour. But no, nothing. I think what I'm going to do is on my next cast, probably another 10 minutes or so. I have been doing quite regular casts, but I haven't videoed them all because it gets boring, doesn't it? And yeah, you won't be seeing too much of that, I'm sure. But yeah, my last cast, I'm just going to leave it then. I'm going to put it near where that fizzing is, and I'm just going to let it stay there for the rest of the session. Maybe the guy who's gone around to my left now, bit of disturbance, he might push something this way if they have been held up in that little, well, that main bowl. Who knows? But yeah, been a tough one. I honestly thought I might have had something today, even if it is a little tench, bream, or something, I don't know. But that's fishing, I suppose. Right, yeah, I'm going to give it 10 minutes. I'm going to reload my feeder up, get it back out to a bit closer to where that fizzing is, and I'm just going to sit on it then, and maybe that might be the one. Maybe casting too often hasn't done me any favours. Who knows? But you got to put the work in sometimes, don't you? Effort equals rewards. And yeah, I put a fair bit of effort in today. Most of it off camera because, like I said, it gets a bit boring watching too much of that. So yeah, the last few hours, I cast it out and just sit and chill out and watch it, and hopefully something will come to me instead of me going to them. Right, coffee time. Okay then guys, just reloaded, and yeah, this one I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to plant it over towards the far bush and just leave it there. That's close. A bit close for comfort, that one, to be honest. But, right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one now, and See what happens. Well, I say I'm going to leave it. I was quite tight to the bank, and where the line's going into the water normally goes in quite a steep angle, and it's sort of going in quite shallow, so I'm not sure if it's actually on the actual peg, you know, this side of the wooden platform, but on that side. And if that is the case, I don't want it to be, because it's only about that deep, and them geese might cause me some trouble. Two minds whether to redo it or not. I just come out a little bit more just to be on the safe side. I'm going to keep an eye on the geese because they're on the swim to the right. If they come down in that area, I'm going to reel in just in case, and then re-chuck. But if I do chuck, it's going to be the same area, but just maybe a few feet out into the lake. Last chance. Whew. Well, guys, I think it's going to be a blank. I could probably fish for a couple, 2.5 more hours really, but I'm sort of going to give it an hour and head off anyway. It's never going to be a full long day session anyway. But yeah, it's been really quiet. The angler to my left, I've not seen him catch nothing since he's been here. The angler to my right went probably 30 minutes ago, 20-30 minutes ago, didn't get nothing. But yeah, so yeah, I'm going to knock it on the head shortly. Well, hour tops, probably 45 minutes. So I'll start having a bit of a tidy up, a clean up, and pack away the non-essentials, even though there's very little to pack up for this. I've come very light this morning, today. So yeah, it's been great to get back out with the feeder. I really enjoyed it. I think my camera wobbling, it's in the wind. Yeah, it's been great. I really enjoyed it, even though we haven't had a bite, but it's made me more determined to have another go and see if we can get a bend in that old quiver tip rod. So yeah, as far as filming's gone, I'm going to knock it on the head now. I put the camera away. If for any reason something shows up, I will certainly get the camera back out. But yeah, for now, signing off. I'll see you on the next one. I'm not sure where it'll be or when it'll be, but whatever, it'd be nice if the weather is like this, and hopefully this is the things to come. Spring and summer is around the corner. So right, as always, thanks very much for watching, even if you got this far in this video. Like I always say, it is what it is. I film the good, the bad, and everything else in between. I don't hide any blanks or things that go wrong. It's all out there, true to life fishing. So yeah, thanks again. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Take care.